Alright guys, so today's video is going to be on something that I think is going to be pretty unique. Before we get down to actually seeing what's inside the box, these are the meters OV-1-B, and the B is for Bluetooth. They do offer these, and they had offered these in a wired model as well, but obviously I wanted wireless. As you can see, meters by Ashdown Engineering. Check them out at metersmusic.com. These retail for $300. Now the wired version is $200, but these are $300 and you get active noise canceling. It does support Qualcomm aptX HD. Look at that. Look at that. Hoping that these look as good as they do on the box. This is the tan model with the silver. I thought the tan would fit the classic look of these, so I'm hoping I'm right. All right, so let's go ahead and see what's in the box. All right, so it looks like we've got a sticker, a cleaning cloth, maybe warranty, and definitely a thick, really thick book. You can see there's the warranty card. So the main thing with these is I didn't want to look at these ahead of time and try to find out too much about them. So I wanted to experience these for myself, but it looks like the headphones are in here, USB charging cable. There is an actual cable with these, the carrying case, the warranty card, sticker, cleaning cloth, blah, 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 blah. That is a very, very impressive case. I love the feel of this. It's definitely a hard case. And there's the handle if you want to walk around holding it like this. We're not gonna look at the headphones yet. We need to see what else is in here. All right, so first we have the headphone cable itself. It's a weird material. It's not the flat cable, but it is not the cheap rubberized material either. There is a control box, so you can see the mic right there on the back. You have the button to answer the calls, and then the volume up and down on the cable. And then you have the angled plug to plug into the device itself. All right, so to go along with the wired, you also get the 1/4-inch adapter as well. All right, so the charging cable on this is a micro USB to USB. That's obviously for charging. Speaking of charging, the one thing I want to point out is battery life is showing to be 8 hours. That's not anything that stands out other than the fact that 8 hours really isn't a long time. But if these are as good as they are supposed to be, and it's also having a feature that's gonna eat the battery, I don't even care. To me, it would be completely worth it. But on standby time, it does show these as being 16 hours. So that is a huge plus. All right, so we are finally about to unveil these things. Oh man, I'm sorry, I hate to say this about headphones, but these are just gorgeous in every way possible. Like this right here, I can tell you, is picking up fingerprints like crazy. It has the meter, and this is actually supposed to move and react to the music that you're listening to. Look at the hinge on this thing. This right here, and it is very, very stiff. So it's not loose and it doesn't feel cheap. Look at the design. Look at the materials on this. The ear cups are really soft, and they definitely seem like they have a big enough opening that your ears will have no issues like fitting or hitting these. But as you can see, it has the company's name right there. Again, the company's name right here on the headband. This headband, some of the softest leather I've ever felt in a headband. I think that's gonna be really comfortable. I did, however, expect these to be ridiculously heavy due to the design of these and how bulky they look. But to be honest, they're not really that heavy at all. As you can see right there, a very nice thick aluminum adjuster here. That doesn't look like that is going to be any kind of issue as far as breaking. I do not like, and I've always pointed this out, so this isn't anything new to anybody that's familiar with the channel, I do not like this cable being right here. It just makes me nervous about things like hooking onto them and pulling them and breaking them. As you can see right here, the right is marked right underneath where it adjusts, and you can see that there's notches here as well. So, you know, OCD, if you want to match up 4 notches here over to this side, you can do that. Here are your controls, your play, pause, and the button to answer the calls is down here. And it is tactile, so you feel it. It's not like the touch screen hitting the things. You actually have to push them down. To skip the track forward, skip them back, and these are also your volume up and down. All of this right here is on your left-hand side. And also up top on the left-hand side is your power button and Bluetooth pairing button. So that's how you turn these on and off and getting them to pair. On the right-hand side, you see that there's actually the active noise canceling switch here. I see dual microphones on the outside here. That could be for noise canceling or that could be for taking calls. Your micro USB port is there for charging, and then up right here in the crease is the headphone jack. But now we need to talk about the sound, because obviously these things are absolutely gorgeous and the build quality is top notch. In fact, the engineering is just insane. And yes, we can't be blinded by the pretty lights that are on the side of these. The sound is the most important thing because they have 40mm drivers. The one thing I want to point out and start with these is these are fun as hell to listen to. I mean, talk about bass. This isn't like Skull Candy Crusher bass. I'm not even gonna say this is tight bass. This is just so overwhelmingly fun to listen to. It's if anybody is buying these wanting like a flat sound signature and is wanting to pick apart songs, that is not what these are. These are put them on your head and basically just completely get blown away by your music collection. I mean, bass hits so hard on these. The beautiful thing about these is the fact that the rest of the sound is completely balanced with the overwhelming bass. Like the mids are pushed up to a point where vocals are so crisp, raspy voices come through so clear, deep voices come through so clear. If it's a female's voice, you're able to just hear tones that with a lot of headphones, it just gets drowned out. And for some reason with these, they are able to find like this really incredible balance. Most bass heavy headphones usually get muddy. Bass just tends to take over, and then the rest of the music just kind of falls flat, and it does not happen with these. So let alone the engineering and the design of these are absolutely something to just marvel at. The sound is basically the same thing. Soundstage on these is another thing that just blew me away. To be a Bluetooth pair of headphones and to get the range that you're getting out of these, it's just amazing what they were able to do. Now in wired mode, they sound incredible, but these are able to play aptX HD. So you're getting something that's better than CD quality by using Bluetooth. And there is zero lag while using these with videos. It's just absolutely fun to listen to these headphones. I did find that they do have a little bit of clamp. Like it takes a while to get these to loosen up, and what I recommend is getting the box and just stretching them over them and leaving them like that overnight, possibly 2 nights, to be able to get like the right fit over time and not have them be so tight. It says it has active noise canceling, but it's not really blocking out a whole lot of sound. In fact, when I switched the meter over, I just noticed that it affected the sound of the music. It kind of actually toned down the volume a little bit, but these are not the best noise canceling headphones by any means. But sound-wise alone, I highly recommend them. Again, like I said, I love these things. The one thing I do want to point out is if you're going to listen to these at a lower volume, that is when it seems to be where the music is kind of falling a little flat. I found that obviously the best way to listen to these is completely just vamped up. Now the meter on the side of these, one thing that's actually kind of cool and worth noting is you see right here where the red marking is, if the meter is up that high, the decibel range that it's picking up, that means if you keep it in this red mode too long, it can cause hearing damage. So these headphones are actually telling you to enjoy the hell out of them, but tone it down a little bit. You don't have to blast your ears out, but these are more than capable because volume-wise, these get extremely loud. Another thing that I do want to point out that I'm not a fan of is the fact that these leak a lot of sound. So if you're going to use these in public or use these in bed, know that everybody's going to hear every single word of what you're listening to. It definitely leaks a lot of sound. I did not expect to love them as much as I do. Now again, like I said, there's a couple things I would have liked to been differently. I think the clamp is just a little tight, but you can fix that. And if you do want to listen or you like listening to your music at lower volumes, that is where I don't recommend these. Anything like classical, if it's turned up loud enough, the mids and the trebles just shine so much. But anything like hip hop and metal, like bass is so thick. The bass seriously just punches you in the face. The impact of bass is so hard to explain. Like I said, it's not the haptic feedback, like the vibration all over of the crushers, but I promise you, you are going to feel them on your head. You're going to feel vibration, but it's because it's actually from the bass itself and not something trying to emulate that. I highly recommend them. In fact, these are actually kind of hard to get a hold of. On their website, it shows that all three models, the tan and silver, the black and silver, and they have a rose gold, and which it just looks pink to me. All three are sold out, so they're doing pre-orders right now. There are other sites that you can find these. Again, the Bluetooth version is $300. The wired model is $200. All right, guys, so that is my review of the OV-1B from Meters. I absolutely love them, and it was just amazing to share these headphones with you. So thank you guys so much for checking out this video, and thank you guys so much for checking out all the other videos. And as always, guys, make sure to stay tuned for more.